what's going on? My name's Chris Hawkes, and this is your best life defined. I've said before that some of these podcasts don't go as well as others. I seem to be having that trouble today. I keep stepping on it, right? You keep getting in a roll. All of a sudden, I have to do a retake. Sucks. How you doing today? Doing good. Doing good. I'm looking around. I actually spend some time every day thinking about how I got where I'm at, and does it fit? That's a key aspect of living your best life, is to continually evaluate your choices. And of course, those are. I mean, even if you think your choices are limited and this is the only option you have, that's really not the truth, right? There's always a way to make it better, right? So I'm sitting here looking at my life. I'm thinking, yeah, this is working for me right now. It's a pretty good plan. That brings me to ask you, how's your plan going? You know, all that list of things you wake up to every day. How's it feel? Alarm goes off, you roll out of bed, think about that day. I can tell you this. I do know this. This is true. I may not know a lot of things, but I know this. If you happen to wake up and you think to yourself, I wish the day, God, I wish it was over. I wish it was already done, right? Probably not the best path to be on. But the way you would figure that out is the return on your investment. I mean, I talk about I'm living my dream, right? I'm living this dream. But even I wake up and I have the option to reflect on that same thing. And there are things about my life that I say, when we get ready to move, there is like 2 weeks of maintenance. It takes me about 2 weeks to get ready, get everything ready to move before we head out. Because I got to make sure everything is buttoned down mechanically, everything is sound. I do all kinds of servicing stuff, and I don't enjoy that part of it. But the other side of it is the adventure. My accepting the fact that I have to do that in preparation to move the fifth wheel gives me access to what I enjoy doing according to my plan. When you look at your plan, where did you get it? Where do you suppose you got that plan, that thing that you do every day, this blueprint you called your life? Did you create it? Did you, at 16, 15, 14, did you sit down and were you told as a child, hey, you really create something that's different than what you see around you, son. Create something that is bigger and better than what you see. Chances are you didn't. No one told me that. See, when we talk about am I good enough? Is my life where it's supposed to be? Am I living my best life? It's easy for us to establish that we are, because there's nothing around us that says any different. We see certain people. I watch like Joe Rogan and famous people, but for the most part, there's nothing in our life that pushes us beyond what everyone else is doing. And so even let's just say, I'm just going to be hypothetical here. Let's just say that you love fishing. Fishing's your thing. That's what you want to do. And you don't particularly love yard work. You don't particularly love all that stuff that you have to do, that domestic stuff. You're not really into painting and doing drywall, right? Why aren't you fishing? I mean, it makes sense, right? You don't eat liver. People who don't like liver don't eat liver, right? So on that same line, why would someone who doesn't like painting and drywall put themselves in a position where they spend every weekend cutting lawn, maintaining stuff, working their butt off for stuff, with no time for fishing? You get it, right? Are you following me on this? I'm not trying to make this complicated. You inherited it. How is it possible? I mean, take a look at me. Looking back at Sandy and I, a lot of people look at us and they think we're crazy because of our choice, because we live in a fifth wheel and we travel around the country. And it's no more perfect or no less perfect than anyone else's life. I mean, water heaters go out in your house too. Your taxes are a lot higher than my taxes. Your electric is a lot higher than my electric, right? I mean, there's some give and take on that, but there's some comparisons too, right? But where it changes is in what those choices give you. Your plan, what did your plan give you? It gave you 30 years or more of work. It gave you mountains of debt. It gave you scheduling your life around moments when you can afford, both in time and money, to actually step out of your life and taste something new. Is it giving you enough of that? The idea that we accept that we work 40 hours a week is crazy. What we should be doing is we should be working as many hours as it takes to give us the life that inspires us the most, right? But that would be a different plan than what everyone is doing. Now, here's the struggle. It's really hard to be different. And in order for you to live your best life, you have to do something different than you're doing right now. And depending on how big you go, how much of an impact you want to have on your life, that determines how big that step is going to be, how much it intrudes in your life, right? For us, it's like when I told people we were selling all of our stuff and heading out, they thought I was nuts. And I'm thinking, well, how come you can tell me I'm nuts? Now, this is my plan, and this is how it's been, aside from during COVID-19. And even now, I spend as much time working out and doing stuff I want to do as I spend doing anything. I mean, my whole day is about a series of activities that I've chosen based on, well, let's try this. For my choice, I get to spend next winter in Florida, kayaking, working on the book, working on whichever book I'm on, because I'm going to come up with another one after this one, but working on the podcast possibly, waking up when I want to, going to bed when I want to. With no debt and very few bills. What does your life look like? What will your life look like? What does your life look like? And not even that. If you love what you're doing right now, if you can't think of anything else you'd rather be doing in your life, you're right on track. But this is where we get all twisted. This is where we get all twisted, because when we actually start looking at the reality of what we do, we have to say we love it. Because if we say we don't love it, then all of a sudden we have to change something about it. But the truth is, not everyone who owns a house loves what comes with owning a house. And what's really critical is not everyone who chooses this conventional lifestyle are getting to do all the things they should be doing because of it. And it's a do over, repeat, do over, repeat. There's nothing that changes. How many things in your life have changed since you started down this road? You get up every day, you go to work, you come home. It's a series of steps. You repeat it. You earn money, you spend money. You earn money, you spend money. And aside from those small introductions in life where you get to have some fun, and maybe you do, maybe you get to go to the gym, and maybe you go hiking. But even if that's where you are right now, even if you're on that path towards adding more to your life, the thing that we have to accept is that none of that never stops. That is the foundation for what your next choice is. It's like, okay, that felt pretty good. I really kind of like climbing mountains. That felt pretty good. I really like kayaking, right? That thing, that's what it takes. So once you get that, if you have any of that at all in your life, then grab more of it. Find a way. Do some best life defined math, right? Subtraction and add. I don't get it. I don't know why I was so convinced that owning a lawn was important. I'd stand out there, I'd drink my beer, my ass would be in the dirt. I'm covered with grass, weed eating, and fixing sprinkler heads and doing all that stuff. And I'm thinking, one catastrophe, one accident, and guess what? The world will never know that I did any of it. They'll never know. So the only one that needs to truly evaluate and embrace what it is I do is me, right? Like, well, if I'm going to do that, hell, I might as well focus on some shit I love, because what I'm doing there, mowing that lawn, taking care of that big ass house, working for all that crap that's stacked up in the garage, it's not doing me any good, right? Got rid of it. Guess what happened? Had more free time, got more focus. Now I think about it, I'm like, it took me a year. I just bought a power washer because my truck costs about $10 a shot to wash my vehicle. And then, of course, I have to wash the RV when I get a chance. About every 3 months, I think I wash the RV. But I bought a power washer. Well, it took me a long time to buy one because I was trying to decide, does it really fit? Because all those resources, that money, the money I get, And the time, because with the power washer comes time. It's a lot easier just to pull into the car wash and pay them $8-10 to wash my truck. But I didn't jump off a cliff in it because my plan is to conserve as much of my resources, that being time and money, as I can. So I can spend as much of that as possible doing the shit I love, doing stuff like traveling to Florida, traveling up to South Dakota, heading up to Grand Rapids, to the Upper Peninsula, to Michigan, right? And what's cool about it is it feels good. It feels great. And there's struggle involved. There's always struggle. With every choice, there comes an obligation, right? But I'm on my plan. The question I'm going to ask you before we close this one out is, when you think about living your best life, are you in your plan? Are you following your plan? Or are you following the plan that was given to you? Are you following a plan, the predestined goal, based on what everyone else is doing? Because I can assure you that if you were to go in front of anyone who loves you, to get together with anyone who loves you at one of these next family gatherings, and you suggest that you're going to do anything outside the box. Let's say that, I don't know where you're at, but let's say that you're going to move to Colorado and be a raft guide, or something kind of off the cuff like that. We're really thinking about it. Or maybe you could suggest RVing. We're thinking about traveling for a while, all right? Or we're going to clear out our debt and sell the house and do something different. I guarantee you the majority of people that are around you are going to respond negatively. Like, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? There's a reason for that. It's because you're not following the plan. They got the plan. You're different. Now, that's weird. That's weird. Why would he want to go spend more time on the beach in the sun when we can be up here in Colorado shoveling snow, right? And that's the logic behind it. It's okay to be different. Is it scary? Hell yeah, it's scary. I wake up every day. Today, I don't know why I had a bunch of anxiety about the podcast. I'm sitting here thinking about, oh my God. And it just took me forever to get on a roll. And finally, I just said, screw it. If it's great, it's great. If it's not, it's not. I'm showing up every day because my plan is a simple one. It's to give you everything I can that will help you wake up one day and say, damn, that's cool. Look what we did. Look where we're at, right? Look where we're at. Because that's really my goal. If Oprah Winfrey calls me up and says, hey, Chris, I've been looking at your podcast. Damn, they suck. You need some help, eh? I'd be like, yeah, okay. And that's a terrible impression of Oprah Winfrey, by the way. But anyway, ask yourself some questions about where you are and why you're there. It isn't a matter of what you do or what you have. It's the only question that needs to be answered is, do the things in your life add value to your life? Do they give you access to the things that you want to do? Do they put energy in your tank where amid the struggle, amid that thing we face every day when we wake up that allows us to sustain the life we live? It might be, in most cases, it's the job, right? Those things we have to do. Are we receiving the best of it? The best of life, the best of this thing called living. You go to bed at night and you look back at your day. Are there moments in your day when you're saying, God dang, that was cool. Damn, I had a good time. That was cool. If you're not there, then go find it. If you're not there, go find it. Go look around and say, well, we got to stop doing this. Maybe change the plan. Change that plan a little. It's okay. You can always switch it back. It's not tough to live the life you're living. I mean, you can be in debt. It's easy to be in debt. I could go back to the American dream life in a week. Have all that crap, have all the debt, lose all those choices, all that freedom. Not my plan. Not my plan. My plan is to continue on this trajectory that includes all kinds of things I enjoy doing. Hope you'll take a look at it. It's really about being honest, because here's the truth. No matter where you are, no matter what you decide, my life's going to continue to roll, and I'm going to continue to apply these things. Is it going to give me the success, all my goals? Am I going to be where I think I'll be before I die? Maybe not, but I'll have a hell of a time trying, right? Because it's about the game. It's about waking up every day and having something to be energized about. Find that, and it'll put fuel in your tank, and the next thing you know, you'll be moving and you'll become unstoppable. I guarantee it. It's all about waking up and having something that you love so much, or that you're motivated about to such a degree that you actually do it every day and you handle it every day and you take care of it every day. And before you know it, your life will be better because of it. Keep that in mind. Let's not forget the kindness. And as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.